The main event, the undisputed WWE Championship, the actual second Bloodline Rules match ever as well, Cody Rhodes versus Solo Sikoa. All right, so Solo Sikoa comes out alone. However, it is Cody Rhodes who gets the dramatic entrance, walking his dog Pharaoh. And when I saw this, once again, if you're also someone who watches AEW as well, you had to be like me, where I'm like, please don't bring out Pharaoh. Please don't bring Pharaoh out, because you know Cody Rhodes has a ton of pyro, and man, I felt so bad for his dog Pharaoh, because he was absolutely terrified of those fireworks. So thankfully they didn't end up bringing him out for this. He ended up staying backstage. This is apparently Pharaoh's last tour, because Cody Rhodes mentioned that I think he's getting a lot older now and everything. So that's cool though, but it's great, you know, having pets and everything with you is always fantastic. And what we get here is he actually ends up running into the returning Arn Anderson, who we haven't seen in WWE in years. And Arn Anderson, of course, gives him a prep talk and says that he's got some friends backstage. And then from there, Cody gets his entrance gear on and exits the gorilla position, and goes out into the audience in the main stadium. So as far as when the match starts off with Solo Sikoa, he's actually holding his own against Cody Rhodes, showing that he's learned from their previous encounter. And for most of this match, Solo Sikoa basically utilizes his power to dominate Cody Rhodes and is trash talking him along the way. Eventually though, Cody Rhodes does get the upper hand and hits Solo Sikoa with the Crossroads, only for the Tonga brothers, was it Tonga Loa and Tonga? I probably mispronounced those names, but yeah, the Tonga brothers, they come out and make it a 3-on-1 beatdown, and finally they're taking advantage of the Bloodline Rules. You gotta love it when you have the opportunity to do this, but the heel, if you know you're gonna cheat from the start, why not just do it from the start? So it is what it is. But yeah, from here we get Kevin Owens makes his return, which goes back to what Arn Anderson was saying about Cody having friends in the backstage. Kevin Owens, he tries his best to fight both Tongans by himself, but to no avail. Then Randy Orton, he ends up coming out, and eventually leading to Randy and KO hitting the RKO and stunner combination on the Tongas. And from here, Cody Rhodes, he ends up taking advantage of the Bloodline Rules as well. And I believe he hit Solo, he hit Solo with the Crossroads, but basically Solo ends up kicking out, and eventually Randy Orton and Kevin Owens, they run off the Tonga brothers. So we're getting something similar to what we got here in the WrestleMania match. So from here, the match comes back to 1-on-1, and Cody, he brutalizes Solo with the steel steps, and just when Cody Rhodes is about to finish Solo Sikoa off with 3 Crossroads, because he hits the first and the second one, he ends up going for that third one, but Jacob Fatu interferes and takes Cody Rhodes, who, by the way, I gotta say, Jacob Fatu in this whole new storyline with the Bloodline, as far as Bloodline 2.0, has to me been the absolute standout. I heard a lot about this guy from both an in-ring standpoint and from a mic skill standpoint, and yeah, he definitely to me has been the standout when it comes here. So now, that being said, Cody Rhodes, he ends up basically, when Jacob Fatu, he ends up putting Solo on top of Cody, which creates a great near fall, and Cody, from when Cody gets his shoulder up. From here, the beat down on Cody Rhodes continues with Jacob Fatu, as he puts Cody on top of the announce table, followed by a flying splash from the top rope, from the top turnbuckle to Cody through the announce table. Unfortunately here, it looks like Jacob Fatu may have gotten injured. I haven't checked to see what sites like NoDQ.com, shout out to NoDQ.com and Aaron Riff and the good folks over there. I haven't checked anything like that to see if there's been any injuries, so obviously I'll know once I'm done with this review. But it didn't look good here, because I'm hoping Jacob was selling, but Jacob was holding his ankle, and there's a point where he tries to get up and he falls down. Now, I don't think I remember seeing the referees rush over to him, but for the the rest of the match, they don't linger on Jacob Fatu at all. And once again, for those of us who have watched pro wrestling for a long time, we know that if they don't linger on an injury, then it's not part of an angle. Like, look at Bianca Belair last year in the triple threat match. They lingered on her forever, and that's how we knew, okay, she was just selling the leg. Here, they weren't doing that at all, and that would really suck because, like I said, Jacob Fatu has been the absolute standout for this Bloodline 2.0, so I would hate to see that that he's got to miss time during this also important introduction establishment to him as a character. So then from there, the match goes back into the ring, but Solo, he still can't put Cody Rhodes away. But then the moment happens. The head of the table music hits. You know, that awesome theme song with everyone throwing their hands in the air, or, throwing their ones up in the air. We get the return of Roman Reigns with a new t-shirt that says OTC, most likely standing for Original Tribal Chief. Man, this one got me popping. I knew it was gonna happen. It was obviously building up, but when the moment happens, man, as a fan, it just got me out of my seat going like, let's go, Roman Reigns back, let's go. Like, man, I was getting excited to see this. Roman Reigns, he gets to the ring and he's walking down there slowly, and it's almost, they're saying, what side is he on? Which side is he on? Is he on Cody's side, the man that took the title away from him, or is he on Solo's side? Or is he, or is he on, Solo's side and everything, who's now said he's a tribal chief and has been talking a bunch of trash about him. It really felt a lot like going back, if you're a 90s wrestling fan, you remember in NWO, when the NWO was formed, the night that it happened, Hogan's coming out there and on commentary, they're like, which side is he on? Is he the third man? That's kind of what it reminded me of. And so things happen. We find out very quickly whose side Roman is on, at least for this match, because, man, Roman Reigns gets in the ring and he wastes no time. Boom! Superman punch to Solo Sikoa, and he's talking trash like only Roman Reigns can talk trash. And the audience is going wild, and he does the ooh, ah, and then bam, nails Solo with the spear. I'm like, let's go. And I was just, like I said, as a fan, I was just, man, I was happy. I was jumping out of my seat. I was like, what you think it was? What you think it was, Solo? So it's great when, yes, obviously pro wrestling's predetermined and all that stuff, but it's great when these moments get you so hyped up that you just get into the moment of it. And man, it was just great to see. Solo Sikoa finally, paying for all the trash he's been talked about Roman Reigns. And as we get to the end of the match here, Roman Reigns then looks at Cody Rhodes, and Roman Reigns basically nods his head in approval and gives Cody Rhodes respect. And Roman at this point, basically, he exits the ring, and Cody Rhodes is surprised. And this from here that he's able to go over to Solo, pick him up, and hits one more crossroads to get the 1, 2, 3 and retain the undisputed WWE Championship, as I figured he would, because you just don't have Roman Reigns go on this grandiose run of almost nearly 4 years and then have him lose, and then Cody loses in like 4 months. No, you got to really at least probably have him at least a year-long reign or afterwards to really justify that, hey, it means something to beat this guy. And I don't expect Cody Rhodes to really lose the championship at least until The Rock gets back, from the way they left off from teasing that story. And then as we as they go off the air here, what you end up getting is a lot of Cody Rhodes celebrating with the championship in the ring, looking at Roman, and Roman looking back at Cody, and it's sort of like this look of respect. And the commentators are playing this like, who would have ever thought that Roman Reigns, after everything he's been through with Cody, would come out to help him? And it's going to be fun. Like, is this a case of Roman helping Cody and doing the right thing, having a change of heart, or is it just Roman wanting to handle his family business, and hey, if Cody's a champion and this is what it's about, go ahead and handle your business now and retain your title? So I really like the way it played off the dynamics, and we get, of course, this ending shot of Solo Sikoa. You can hear him screaming. He's just yelling, "You are dead, Roman! You are dead!" I'm like, man, you can see, man. He's like, "You're dead," like, dang, he is livid, and Roman paying him no attention. What I did notice, though, in this shot is that Jacob Fatu is still favoring his ankle while he's sitting right next to, I forgot to change the graphic here. We're live, pal. I forgot to change the graphic here. But I was so caught up into the moment of this. Yeah. But that being said, yes, we get this ending shot here of Solo. Basically, yeah, while he's on the ground selling, you have Jacob who is still favoring his legs. So, like I said, man, I just really hope for Jacob Fatu that that's just really good selling, because obviously I think they would have had the doctors and the referees there if it was something like that, because I don't know if maybe Jacob Fatu was the one that was supposed to get hit with the Superman punch and the spear, and Roman Reigns was just gonna go ahead and let Cody do that to Solo Sikoa, but so that way nobody touches Solo. But I think, and maybe if they felt, hey, Jacob Fatu, he can't get up in the ring, we're gonna have to change plans last minute. Maybe they told Roman to go out there, hey, Solo, we're gonna change plans. Roman's gonna now hit all his signature and finishing moves on you. So who knows from there. But yeah, man, I will definitely say this was not as good as the first Bloodline Rules match from WrestleMania 40 that we saw this year, but in terms of the ending and the storytelling, man, it was absolutely fantastic, and it kind of did what it needed to do. It did what it needed to do. It reestablished Roman Reigns as a babyface, and it's so good to now see Roman Reigns as a babyface being organically cheered. I don't think we've seen Roman Reigns organically cheered like this as a babyface going back to since his early days of breaking up with the Shield, right before they brought him back to do the whole succotash thing. I'm talking about like that mid to late 2014s era of Roman Reigns when he was just starting out. That's the last time we really saw him get cheered organically as a babyface, at least on a consistent basis. So now it's glad to see that Roman Reigns has become that top babyface that Vince McMahon always wanted to make him. But as many fans said, myself included, Roman had to be that heel first to really, show his personality, let him be himself, and he got over with the audience. Fans respect him, and now he can be that true babyface that he was always truly meant to be. So overall, this really set things up nicely heading into the fall. I'm looking forward to this next civil war of the bloodline, seeing the old bloodline versus the new bloodline and the twists and the turns that it's going to take, and how does Roman eventually get back, get the old band back together with the Usos and even Sami, War Games. And obviously I think The Rock still plays a major role in all this, for I think he is the one who is pulling the strings when it comes to the new bloodline. So it's an exciting time.